welcome. Today we're going to be talking about work-life balance. One of the things that international nurses are known for is working hard. Most of us international nurses, we work harder than the natives, than the local nurses, because we have that ambition, we have that drive to make as much money as we can and to excel in whatever field we will be working in. That's one thing immigrants are well known for. But sometimes we work so hard that we forget that our bodies need to rest. So let's talk about work-life balance. A typical work week in the UK for a nurse usually is made up of 2 to 4 days of regular 12-hour shifts. If you are working 3 days a week, you have 4 days off to relax and to do whatever social activities that you like. However, most of us, we end up picking extra shifts. We end up doing agency work because once you get a certain amount of money, your lifestyle changes, and that amount of money you get will become insufficient to maintain your lifestyle. What do I mean by that? When I was back home, I was earning something in the ballpark of maybe 200 to 300 US dollars. And when I came here, I was earning a couple of times more than that. And I was working 3 days a week. But in the end, I felt like I wasn't getting as much as I could. So I left the job that I was working. That was giving me 3 shifts a week, and I moved to a place where I was getting paid about time and half more than what I used to earn. Meaning, if I was earning $1 at my first job, I was earning $1.50 at my new job, and that's my current job that I hold right now. I thought that I would be satisfied with the amount of money I will be getting at this new job that I'm working. But as I have said, your lifestyle will change, your needs will change, more money, more problems. So I decided to join an agency. So the thing with joining an agency is the registration process can be quite intimidating. They have what is called compliance. You have to go through a lot of red tape, but most of the things are formalities. So let's say if you want to join an agency, you just need to have your vaccination record. You also need to have your references in order, and you also need to have your trainings in order. Those are the 3 most important things: vaccinations, references, and trainings. Once you get that sorted, you can be compliant and register with an agency. I often wonder why many of us don't do agency work. I know it can be quite intimidating at times. So people just end up doing extra shifts at their regular job. And to be quite honest with you, that's good, but your regular job won't pay you as much as you earn as an agency nurse. Most people are intimidated by agency work because as an agency nurse, a lot will be expected of you. You'll most likely get the most difficult patients. If there's COVID within the ward, definitely you will be allocated that COVID patient. But we came here to make money. We left our homes, we left our countries, we left our families and friends. We moved to this strange country. It could be the US, UK, Australia, wherever you are. You left your life behind back home, and the reason was to make money. So I don't know why most of us just end up working for the NHS, don't do agency, working for whatever company you work for, don't do agency. It's like leaving money on the table. I'm not saying you should work yourself to the bone. I'm not saying you should work 7 days a week. No, that's crazy, that's ridiculous. That will do a number on your physical and mental health. We need to have a work-life balance, but also you need to work as hard as you can, to earn as much as you can, because remember, as soon as you move here, your goal should be to save money, to save up for that mortgage once you get your permanent residency. Let's talk agency work. For me, it took me about a year to gain the confidence and the drive to register with an agency. Once I got registered with the agency, it was time to go for my first shift. And I kid you not, it was a really nerve-wracking experience. It's something I had never done in my life. I didn't know the kind of people I was going to meet, how they were going to receive me, how they were going to treat me, things like that. But knowing that I had come to make money, I was brave enough to go and test the waters. And that's the beauty with agency. If you do a couple of shifts and you don't like it, you can stop. If you do a couple of shifts at a hospital and you feel like it's not a good fit for you, you can always leave and try different places. So you can try several hospitals and then you find ones that you like and you keep going back there. The thing with agency is, you guys, it pays. It pays really well. Sometimes it can pay as much as double. It can pay as much as double or even 3 times more than your regular job, which is nice. And I have just made this video to just encourage you guys, do agency, join an agency. I understand if you have kids to take care of and you need to make time for your kids, that's understandable. But if you take an extra shift for the company that you work for, if you take an extra shift in the NHS, they won't pay you as much. It's good to take an extra shift where you work every now and then when they have a shortfall, when they need you, so that you are a reliable employee. So let's say in a month, you take maybe 1 or 2 extra shifts at your regular job, but only if your manager asks, or only if someone is sick and there is need for someone to pick up the slack. As a good employee, you are supposed to chip in every now and then. You are under no obligation, but it just raises your profile as a reliable worker. And when you need to advance in your career, they will look back and say, oh, well, he is a team player, he is a hard worker, he goes above and beyond the call of duty. So you should do that. But you should also join an agency and get that money. It is quite intimidating, I have to admit. My first shift, I had to travel about an hour's journey by train, and I went to this very posh private hospital. It's really, really posh. I won't say the name of the hospital for, privacy, professionalism, all that good stuff, but it is a very posh hospital. And when I got there, they had to do an orientation. So they'll just do a speed round. They'll show you, this is the clinical room, this is that. He keeps the keys, that's the RMO, that's the sluice room. If you need to get medication, you go there. If you need dressings, you go there. And they allocate you a healthcare assistant. The most important thing when you are doing agency is you should go above and beyond the call of duty. You have your own patients that are allocated for you, look after them. But if there's nothing to do for your patients, if you have some downtime and you hear that call bell ring, as an agency nurse, take initiative, go answer that call, help the nurses you are working with. It helps build a good rapport, because every time they see an agency nurse, they know you're getting paid more. So some of them can have quite a bad attitude. But if you work hard and you show initiative, everything will be fine. Another thing with working as an agency nurse, you will not be allowed to do certain things until you get their own competencies, especially the IV medications. That is why I say that you need to help others, because you need to get someone to do like the IV medications for you until you get your competencies, which is usually after you have done maybe 3, 4, 5 shifts at that hospital, and then they'll put you in the system, you do their competencies, and you'll be able to work on your own. Simple rules for working as an agency nurse: don't be late. Be like 30 minutes early, and when it's time to leave, be the last one to leave. Ask. If you don't know something, ask. If you are not sure about something, ask. Lend a helping hand. There's a lot of money to make. We just need to be confident as international nurses. There is a lot of money to make. Join an agency, register with an agency, work. But as I said at the start of the video, don't forget the work-life balance. Give yourself time to relax. Give yourself time to rest. We all need that. But at the same time, work. Get that money. The reason why we left our homes is to make money. Join that agency, make that money, work. Don't be afraid. If you have any questions regarding agency work, just write them down in the comments. I'll take time to answer to each and every one of you. If your question is so complex that I can't answer it in a few words, I can even make a video and explain the process of joining an agency. And if you want to sign up with the agency that I work for, just write down in the comments. They have very good rates, from 27 up to 40 pounds. That's the highest I've ever gotten, 40 pounds an hour. And when you join an agency, be upfront with them. Tell them what kind of jobs you would be interested in. Tell them how much you expect to earn. So for example, I just told them that if a shift pays less than 27 pounds, you can miss me with that. I want something in the 30s, and I'm making good money as an agency nurse. Sometimes I feel tired. Sometimes I go even a month without picking up a shift, but it's really leaving money on the table. Imagine, just by working 2 shifts, you can pay your rent just by working 2 shifts. Don't be afraid to do agency, especially my brothers and sisters in the NHS. Just do it. It's not that hard. It is intimidating, but it's not that hard. Join an agency, get signed up, start making that money. Cheers.